Now for the sort of middle bit, the MKH project and where we're kind of up to with that. So I know that some of you have been on this journey for 6 years with us. We first launched it at London Shipping Week years and years ago as a sort of early concept. We've had incredible support from our partners, and you'll have seen in the media over the last, well, not just the last month or so, there has been a sort of rumbling that we're almost ready, we're ready. Well, we're ready. We're ready now to use this facility, to get it going, to face some of the biggest challenges that we have, to use it to face some of the biggest challenges that we have. Decarbonisation, levelling up, skills, jobs. And the timing could not be more perfect. Not for the best of reasons, but this thing is ready to go. But before we hear from our host today, Richard Mawdsley from Wirral Waters, Director of Wirral Waters, let's hear it from one of the biggest ambassadors of this project, Nusrat Ghani.
It's surreal launching the Mersey Maritime Knowledge Hub on a pre-record and not being with you in person. I know that the region is going through a particularly challenging time, but this is why this project is so important, because it's going to provide so many opportunities for so many people as soon as we get through and past COVID. It feels like a lifetime ago when I was here with all of you. I remember meeting Pat Hackett, and Lewis, Paul Satur, obviously Chris, and the team from Pill Port, Property and Land. And we talked about this day, and here we are. It really is a great achievement to be at the launch of the Mersey Maritime Hub. It is going to be so important to so many people, and of course across the country, as we try and ensure that we are at the forefront of all things maritime going forward. Maritime already brings in billions of pounds to the economy, and I think right here in the region supports around 52,000 jobs. And what's important is the opportunities that Mersey Maritime Knowledge Hub is going to create down the road. 4,000 new jobs, for example. It's also going to be the go-to place for skills, for education, for learning, for marine engineering. And what's really exciting, it's going to become a hub for small and medium-sized enterprises as they come up with products and get them to the market to ensure that UK Maritime is at the cutting edge, whether it's on AI or mitigating our impact on the environment. The levelling up agenda has always been key, but more so now when we're dealing with COVID. And it reminds me when we all work together to put together Maritime 2050, our long-term strategy for maritime. Of course, we were focused on technology, investing in people and getting through Brexit. We'd never thought about an impact of the pandemic, which is why a centre of excellence like the Mersey Maritime Knowledge Hub is so important. It ensures that we have a flag in our country, and it establishes it is the go-to place when it comes to knowledge, learning and sharing when it comes to maritime. It's going to create jobs in the area, create opportunities and bring in greater investment as well. Today's also about ensuring that we can reach out to new partners. So whether you're an academic or a business, you need to be involved with us now. Not when we are putting a spade in the ground in the spring or when we are fully opening up in the following year. It'll be too late to come on board. So come on board with the Mersey Maritime team now and be a part of this phenomenal project. Of course, I'm gutted I can't be with you, but I'm delighted to be involved a little bit in your launch today. And I look forward to working with you, with everybody, to ensure that the Mersey Maritime Knowledge Hub remains on the forefront of everyone's minds, and we are as competitive as we can be maritime, down to the work that Chris and the team is doing here. Thank you so much.
Nuz, thank you so much for all your support. I know you're watching this. I've had a number of texts from you asking how it's going, and it's going very well. I think you capture everything perfectly. Today isn't about saying, well, we're launching it, we're doing this. We're actually superstitious, so we don't use the word launch. But it is about saying, okay, well, we're open for business now. Who wants to be on this journey? We have loads of fabulous partners who have committed. We're on this journey with you, but who else? We're ready to go. But before we actually look more into what the Maritime Knowledge Hub is, and Richard gives a fabulous presentation, let's just remind ourselves what this big, hairy, job-creating, decarbonisation beast is. Thank you so much. And I hope that sort of jogs the memory. This is great. We're actually getting texts in of people that are saying, right, it's on. We want to commit to it. And you know, two of you who you are, so I'll be giving you a call tomorrow so you can come down and visit. We're going to make this thing happen. So without further ado, and our partner in crime, I suppose it's you, Alan Evans, myself, who came up with this concept 6 years ago. Richard Mawdsley, Director of Wirral Waters, did you think we'd ever be here standing on stage saying we're open for business, we're starting we're firing the starting gun, we're away?
I can't quite believe it's been 6 years since we stood outside that building, Chris. So
we look exactly the same.
That's true, actually. We haven't aged a bit.
So Richard, please, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Chris. So thanks, everybody. My name is Richard Mawdsley. I'm Development Director at Peel L&P, with the property and regeneration arm of the Peel Group. And I'm going to talk to you today about the what, where and when of the MKH, and importantly, the how. How do organisations get involved with this transformational project? So what is it in a nutshell? It's a £23 million industry-led maritime innovation hub on the left bank of the River Mersey, one of the largest coastal communities in the UK. And it's designed to promote collaboration by clustering industry, SMEs, startups, R&D and academia under one roof. So it's a nationally significant centre of excellence supported by government. And you will have heard earlier today the eloquent comments from both the Maritime Minister and also from Nusrat Ghani, who we met on site earlier this year. So we thank governments for their ongoing support to this project. And the project seeks to drive knowledge creation, skills and innovation, and it will contribute to both the levelling up and decarbonisation agendas. Other maritime nations have a similar facility, but the UK doesn't. So this is genuinely unique within the UK. So what will it do? Well, it forms part of the business ecosystem in the Liverpool City region, which includes assets such as the Materials Innovation Factory, SciTech Daresbury, the Knowledge Quarter and the MTC. These nationally significant assets are driving growth in the city region, and the MKH forms part of this network. And we've done our research. It does show that MKH is needed, and it can help to generate thousands of new jobs. And as Chris Shirling-Rook often reminds me, maritime isn't just about ships. There are over 30 subsectors in marine and maritime. Offshore energy to blue biotech, defence to legal and professional services, leisure to marine construction, including tidal. And the MKH seeks to play a role with promoting all of these subsectors. So where is it? Well, it's located in Wirral Waters, and Wirral Waters is one of the largest regeneration projects in the UK, seeking to revitalise over 300 acres of water and land on the left bank of the River Mersey. It's a project that's place-led, so we need to get the place right, but it's jobs-driven. We need to grow, diversify and fix the economy, and that's really where the MKH fits in. But it's a project with people at its heart. We've got governments, local, regional and central. They're all full square behind the project. It's got enterprise zone status, housing zone status, and together, between the private and public sector, we're starting to make it happen. And Wirral Waters has started, with delivery taking place in housing, with commercial and industrial uses, and all the supporting infrastructure that underpins a project of this scale. So what we've done, we've broken down Wirral Waters into a series of different neighbourhood areas, and the first new neighbourhood area to start to take shape is Four Bridges, and this is really the home for the Maritime Knowledge Hub. So Four Bridges is a new low-carbon neighbourhood that you can see here in the image, and it's already taking shape. So we've got a couple of buildings which are out of the ground, including the Wirral Met College Construction Faculty, which is designed to create the construction workforce of the future. And this is next door to the MKH. Number 1 Tower Road South office, 2 doors down from the MKH, is now on site. This will be finished in December of next year. Highly sustainable, BREEAM Excellence office space. We've got Edgerton Village, which is an amenity and arts hub, which starts next year. And then in the foreground there, you can see this new streetscape, which again is on site as we speak, where we're looking to provide a shared surface, prioritise pedestrians and cyclists, and improve the environment in this location. So it is happening, and Maritime Knowledge Hub will have neighbours. In terms of the building, it's focused in on the hydraulic tower, this Grade 2 listed building. an architectural beacon for the area designed by dock engineer Jesse Hartley. He was responsible for a lot of Liverpool's maritime structures. It was a copy of the Palazzo Vecchio in Florence. It was completed in the 1860s. A building and a location with amazing views across the Liverpool's iconic and world-class waterfront. So we and partners are bringing this building back to life, repurposing it as a maritime knowledge hub, and that'll be a symbol of renaissance for the left bank of the River Mersey. So, in terms of the original concept was to restore the original building, create a new build extension next door, provide access to the water for training opportunities, and to maximise those views across to Liverpool. Inside it, we're creating accommodation for about 60,000 square feet of collaborative, multi-user space that can facilitate all sorts of uses, whether or not it's space for Tier 1 and Tier 2 supply chain organisations and engineers, whether or not it's front of house for professional services, engineering R&D space, business incubation and accelerator for startups, perhaps offshore survival training, maritime tech centre, hydrolabs, marine simulation, all of these things can be accommodated within this building. Essentially, we're creating flexible space that can fit occupiers' specific needs. This is a cross-section which shows the 4-storey building to the right-hand side. That's sort of 75% of the project. That's where a lot of the heavy lifting goes, with the entrance, reception, the offices, and the incubator space on the left-hand side in the converted hydraulic tower. In terms of floor plans, the ground floor used for labs, R&D and workshop type space, with the upper floors then for front of house, for office accommodation, conferencing, learning and training. But the space can flex to people's requirements. We've also obviously got the supporting amenity that's going to be required for this place to be a success. Cafe and bistro, and we're looking to bring the old and the new together in one harmonious hub. Sustainability, right at the heart of this project. How we generate power, how we manage the waste, how we get people around, the use of materiality, the use of smart technologies within the building. It's a project that naturally delivers green and inclusive growth. So a lot of work has been going on behind the scenes over a number of years, including an architectural competition, a lot of design work, delivery modelling, funding structures, partnership arrangements, all of this stuff. And this image is what we're aiming for, this is what we're heading for, a fitting tribute, we think, to Jesse Hartley. So today, and we can't use the word launch, I don't think, Chris. Today is the starting pistol, really, in us curating that right occupational mix, the right occupational partners for this project. We're already in detailed dialogue with a number of parties, a wide range of organisations who already want to be part of the MKH. But we're calling today to other organisations to come and speak to us and to get involved. Speak to Mersey Maritime, speak to the council, speak to the Peel team directly, and we can work with you. In terms of timescales, we're looking to cement the right occupational mix over the next couple of months. That will be followed by a detailed planning application, and subject to SIF funding landing, we've targeted a start on site date sometime in summer 2021. And delivery, well, is through true partnership between different organisations. Mersey Maritime, Wirral Council, the Combined Authority, and Peel ourselves. And for our part, Peel L&P, we've got a good track record in delivering major scale projects, including the likes of Media City, Salford Quays, Glasgow Waters, Liverpool Waters, Chatham Waters, a lot of projects near the water. So please come and talk to us sooner rather than later and be part of this transformational project. Plenty of information on the website, plus we have an e-brochure which I think we can get out to the attendees of this conference. So thank you all very much for listening. Have a great conference. I think we've got, I think we are taking questions, and then we've got a number of videos and vox pops from some of our partners and supporters. Thank you very much.
My name is Alan Evans. I'm the Director of Regeneration and Place at Wirral Council. Wirral Council is a key partner in the Maritime Knowledge Hub, and we've been working with Mersey Maritime right from the outset in terms of design, concept, so it really is great now to be seeing this project move into a crucial delivery phase. Wirral Council is currently undertaking a number of regeneration programmes across our borough, working with Peel Holdings at Wirral Waters, working with our joint venture partner Muse in Birkenhead Town Centre, across what we are calling the Left Bank Regeneration Programme, a truly transformational series of projects which will take our borough forward now. Maritime Knowledge Hub is at the heart of that. It's a programme of national significance, and the Maritime Knowledge Hub epitomises the economic growth credentials of the area, as well as the heritage and bringing together skills infrastructure in a way that drives our economy forward, not just for Wirral, but for the city region and for the wider North West region.
My name is Harry Joshari, and I'm the chair of Maritime UK. Maritime UK has been a great supporter of the Maritime Knowledge Hub project on the Wirral, and we very much hope that it will prove to be the foundation for the establishment of a network of such knowledge hubs around the UK. Two of the greatest challenges that the maritime industries currently face are the environment and the need to decarbonise, and the advent of new and disruptive technologies. I have no doubt that the Maritime Knowledge Hub will be at the heart of the efforts to meet and overcome these and other challenges. I wish the Maritime Knowledge Hub and all those involved with it every success.
Hello, I'm Clive HICKMAN, Chief Executive at the Manufacturing Technology Centre. I just want to say a few words about the Maritime Knowledge Hub because it's really important for our region. It provides advanced manufacturing opportunities which support the Levelling Up agenda and has the potential to create 52,000 jobs in the Liverpool City region. MTC fully supports this initiative. What a fantastic opportunity for all of us. Thank you and keep safe.
Good afternoon. I'm Richard Burnett, the Chief Exec of the Road Haulage Association. Our relationship with Mersey Maritime has grown over recent years, and we're delighted to support the Maritime Knowledge Hub. As an island and a maritime nation, we need to recognise the importance of shipping, but not only that, how the overall supply chain integrates. And that's why it's so important to encourage these collaborative relationships, like the one between the RHA and Mersey Maritime. In fact, our commitment is so strong, the RHA is moving into Tower Quay at Birkenhead very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for press updates next week to find out more. So there you have it, the RHA and Mersey Maritime in collaboration, supporting the Maritime Knowledge Hub.
I'm Professor Andy Plater. I'm a coastal researcher at the University of Liverpool. We're involved in the Maritime Knowledge Hub through an ERDF-funded business accelerator project, the Port City Innovation Hub, that aligns the research expertise of the universities with the innovation needs of SMEs in the maritime sector. For us, the Maritime Knowledge Hub is important as it brings together business, academia and government in one place to address key challenges and opportunities, especially decarbonisation and the use of data and sensors in the development of smart ports.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Mark Dickinson. I'm General Secretary of Nautis International, which is the union and professional organisation in the UK and the Netherlands and Switzerland for maritime professionals. The Maritime Knowledge Hub Project is really important for us and really important to me because I come from the Wirral and our spiritual home as Nautilus is on Merseyside at Mariners Park in Wallasey. And this project speaks to us strongly because it's about an industry that's really crucial to our local and our national economies. It's about jobs, it's about regeneration, it's about resilience, and it's about our heritage as a maritime community on Merseyside. It's an amazing opportunity for the amazing people of Merseyside and of course beyond. So what's not to like about it? It's a terrific project. We all need to get behind and support. Nautilus is on board. I hope you are too. Thank you.
I'm Mike Kane, I'm the Shadow Maritime Minister. I'm delighted to be here today with Maritime UK, celebrating Maritime Week. It's a world-class world-beating industry. I'm here at the heart of London at Canary Wharf with the Pelican of London, looking at this particular project, but discussing the wider hub project that's going to generate at least 4,000 jobs and billions worth of capacity in the maritime industry. It's a great career on many levels, on many fronts, in many disciplines, and I encourage all young people to think about their futures and how they can get involved with maritime and develop their life chances and livelihoods in the future.
Hello, my name's Ben Murray. I'm the Director of Maritime UK. Maritime UK's role, and my role in particular with the Knowledge Hub, has been to try and help it along its way to raise the profile of the project with government and with other audiences. And I think it's a really important project, not just for this region, but for the country as a whole. It's going to be the sort of place where people come together to collaborate, and we know collaboration is critical to our success and the future of our sector. And it's something that we want to see how it works here, learn from that, and roll it out across the rest of the country with a network of innovation hubs. So huge congratulations to those Mersey Maritime, Wirral City Region, Peel, Wirral Waters, the list goes on, for playing your role in getting the project to this stage, and we look forward to seeing those shovels in the ground. Well done.
Thank you for that, Ben, and you're also here as well, and it's really interesting because you're wearing the same jumper, so that's really good for continuity, continuous, something, I don't know. So thank you everybody so much for the questions you've sent in, and again, I'm quite mischievous, so I love the trickiness of all these things. So Richard, if I may, I'm just going to get straight involved. Richard, 6 years, why has it taken so long?
Well, I can't quite believe it has been 6 years, but if you tell me it has, it has. But I do remember very, very vividly standing outside that building, and remember Chris talking about what the industry needs back then, talking about that it needs to be an industry-led hub for collaboration, and you were saying that it needs to be here, in this region, in this coastal community place. So I was probably a little bit sceptical at the time.
That's an understatement.
To be fair, but I didn't know Chris very well at that moment in time. But you know, it's proven to be absolutely right. And sort of these clusters, these hubs, are very, very important in terms of driving the economy of not only our region but other regions in the area. So why has it taken so long? Well, we've been doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes, as I mentioned in my talk. We've been doing a lot of work in terms of the infrastructure around Wirral Waters, so this isn't some kind of sort of isolated, dislocated project. It needs to sort of fit in with the other placemaking agendas that we've got there. But also we've got a lot of partners, and a lot of partners coming from different disparate areas: academia, the private sector, the public sector, the tech sector, the maritime sector, all of these different people speaking in very, very different languages. So there's been a sort of a language issue which we've got to sort of nurture through. But the great thing is we are here today, positive about the future, moving on to the next steps, which is about securing the occupiers for this project.
So I was just going to say, for some of my board will be watching this, so you know this has been a conversation at the Mersey Maritime board level for 10-15 years. So Ian Higby, if you're watching, do you remember we used to talk about the University of the Sea, to have this centralised centre of excellence with academia, industry, government all in one place? So this is actually, I can't claim the idea is all mine. Although I probably will do in about 20 seconds, but you know, this has come from the industry for more than a decade. So again, we're delighted that we are moving finally in the right direction.
And I think the beauty of this project is because you've got so many partners involved with it, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And that's what it is. It isn't a property project. What we're looking at is the outputs for this to drive the economy in the Liverpool City region forward.
Okay, so if I'm going to get another question now, ooh, right, I'm going to start with, okay, let's have another one. How will COVID impact, let me have a look. How will COVID impact the build, £23 million? Do we still need offices?
Okay. Well, obviously, pertinent question, given what's been going on in the city region over the last sort of 24, 48 hours. So thoughts, obviously, with everybody who's affected by COVID at the moment and the hospitals filling up in the city region. In terms of the wider impact on Maritime Knowledge Hub, What we've done is assessed all of our projects in the light of a sort of a post-COVID world, or in light of a world where we have to live with COVID. And I think Wirral Waters and Maritime Knowledge Hub stand up to scrutiny pretty well. So most organisations that we know have adopted some degree of agile working over the last sort of 6 to 7 months. That is set to continue, and that obviously has an impact on space needs and space requirements from organisations. So, you know, in our experience, what they're looking for is less space, but better quality space, higher performing space, and more agile and adaptable space. And all of those things are built into the Maritime Knowledge Hub. So we incorporated that into the designs prior to sort of COVID coming forward. So I think in terms of what we've got spatially, it does work. In terms of other impacts of COVID, so we've got things like, you know, investors, has had an impact on investors, but not in this particular case. And then there's supply chain for construction as well. But at the moment, all of our construction activity is carrying on at pace, so we don't think it's going to impact on the delivery of Maritime Knowledge Hub.
And I would just add to that, one of the key ingredients in this is the ecosystem is for it to be industry-led. So we know that our members are saying to us, actually, yeah, we probably are going to downgrade our offices. Do we need to have hundreds of or thousands of square foot offices when we can just have specific teams in areas? And being together, we only have 60,000 square foot at the Maritime Knowledge Hub. It's not a big skyscraper. So we know that we're going to have the right blend of people really energised in that ecosystem. And of course, it's also about having government, central and local involved there, and academia. So it's getting the right ingredients in the right place at the right time. And I agree with you, Richard. I think this does stand up to scrutiny. This actually is what we sort of always wanted. Okay, so I have another question here. Okay, MKH is a fantastic project. Well done, Richard. What is the scale of the ambition, and are you competing with Southampton and London, or Rotterdam, or Singapore, or Shanghai? I can answer this one. All of them.
Over to you.
Absolutely all of them. We have the space, we have the technology, we have the brains, we have the ambition, we have the energy, we have the space, we have the partners. It's all right, Ben. I won't ask you about this as our Maritime UK representative. But yeah, I think it is okay for us to have a bit of ambition. We're standing on the shoulders of giants, and the time is right. We're thinking about global Britain. We're thinking about the big challenges that we have before us: decarbonisation, creating more jobs, more skills. We know we need these in the Northwest. I'm a Birkenhead boy myself. I've seen the challenges there. So yeah, there's hunger and ambition to deliver this project on a scale that we haven't even dreamt about yet. We're seeing as the MKH is just an accelerator. It'll start and it'll grow and it'll grow and it'll grow. And I do suspect that over the coming months, that there'll be some other additions. It's no accident that Richard Burnett from the Road Haulage Association, although he announced that they are partnering up and moving to Wirral Waters. This is this cluster effect already. We're having the key partners starting to come in, and it forms a sort of gravity. So yeah, it's going to be big. It'll outlive me. It won't outlive you, Richard, obviously, being only 28. Sorry. So where does it compare to Singapore and London?
So I think when we've looked at this project and the ingredients of this project, it doesn't exist anywhere in the UK. That's first and foremost. We know that. There are elements of it, but it doesn't exist in the same form as what we're putting forward here. So that point about it being industry-led is absolutely critical to the success of this project. There are other projects overseas in different maritime nations, but none of them fully reflect what we're looking to do in this location here. So.
And this is just, we have time for just one more question very quickly. What have been your greatest barriers?
Greatest barriers, I think it's been about getting all the partners to speak in the same language. So we're all sort of moving forward together to deliver this project. And as I say, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, and that's because we've got these disparate partners, all wanting the same things, but all speaking in a different language. So I think that's probably been the greatest barrier here.
Fantastic. There's just some other questions here very quickly, and they're all quite similar. We're a local training provider on the Wirral. We'd love to be involved. We'd love to hear from you. How do we be part of the hub? Yet again, will there be office space available for SMEs? Yeah, absolutely. SMEs, micro businesses. You're the businesses we're looking for, the innovative ones, the fleet of foot, the businesses who think outside the box and need that acceleration, need that support from tier one companies and government and academia to really support you to be all you can be. There's another quick question. Do we have time? I'm looking at John. Have we got 30 seconds? Quick 30 seconds, thank you, John. How do I get involved in the building of the hub?
Okay, well, it's really important that both in terms of local supply chains, but also supply chains through Mersey Maritime. So I think I'm due to do a face-to-face at Mersey Maritime early part of
2nd of November.
So I think we can talk about the potential supply chain opportunities there. We'll want to utilise Mersey Maritime members and also the local supply chain. So yeah, very keen to engage.
Fantastic. Richard, thank you so much for today. I didn't think we'd make it. I didn't think we'd make it, but no, I think we are there now. So
Great.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your support.
Okay, nice to see you. Thank you. Have a good rest of the conference.
Thank you.